God bless America. I have for you over here an audiobook review. After by R.G. Bell. And first I thought I wouldn't even do this book review. Because I don't want to push anything related to the military. But this book, it was not pro-war. It was not for the Uncle Sammy Sam. It was the stories of those that got wounded here in Iraq and in Afghanistan and came home and found themselves pretty unsupported in that American society. This is the story of those soldiers, and it wasn't a full audiobook. It was only about 4 hours. And I listened through it when I was taking a couple of walks. And there were stories of loss here that normal people just don't go through, losing limbs and experiencing war trauma like that. It's hard to relate for anybody that hasn't gone through that. And in my own opinion, people shouldn't be put into this type of shredding machine. Yeah. The military-industrial complex and what it does to people like this in these war zones is just one of the extremes of American society. There's quite many extremes in that society. But what comes through here is that the writers here still deem that America is so great. I have no clue because I have never been there. If it's worth warring over like this, then it really has to be pretty great. But some little voice in me tells that it's not so great that this is worth happening. What is talked about over here. Yeah. But if you want to get a wake-up call, if you're an American and think about enlisting in the army, why you shouldn't, this is probably the book that you should listen to. Yeah. And most of these casualties over here got wounded through the IEDs in those war zones and not through gunshots. And the damage can be pretty hideous. And it's interesting that a lot of people have thought that this is the way to live reality. That this is how we're going to live our life in reality. And this changes, or this has changed these men's lives forever. And here she talks about this place called Freedom Station in America, where these veterans have been helped in their rehabilitation to normal civilized living or civilization living in America. It's crazy stuff. And very hard to fathom for anybody from these parts of the world. We don't have those resources to go overseas to get ourselves injured like this. I don't know what it is with the mentality of the Americans that make them do this, but yeah. Makes me think twice about how great that America really is. Maybe they are really great. I don't know. And the point of this video is to not piss anybody off. But you should be interested in my dreaming videos in the future. And they might be interesting towards some war veterans too. Think I have some insight for how to find meaning in life even when you're disabled like that. Maybe this book could be great inspiration for anybody who is disabled. Becoming disabled in this way, it sucks. And nobody shouldn't have to go through that. Yeah. That's it. After R.G. Bell. But a lot of people have.